from Senegal to Sugar Hill, trace the bloodline. 100 years of brilliance through the color line. They thought the shackles broke but kept the mental chain. Langston penned the future while they legislated pain. Harlem's ballrooms birthed the cosmos in mahogany, while lynching trees still decorated southern botany. Josephine, Wakers, pearls, and Garvey's Navy ships. Du Bois debating destiny with scholarship on his lips. The Renaissance was a renaissance, it was resistance, fam. Every trumpet blast from Armstrong was a battering ram. They gave us minstrel shows, we gave them Sora Neal. Turned depression into art, made the fabricated real. Cotton Club excluded us from tables every set. To form the Deanest Nightly, never free from the debt. But Bessie Smith could shatter glass, shatter cash, shatter lies. Every note she sang contained a revolution in the sky. Build temples from the rubble, make cathedrals from the struggle. Turn the margins to the center, now they study what we scribble. We build temples from the rubble, every generation double the inheritance of genius that they tried to keep us from. Fast forward through the decades, watch the pattern reassemble. Malcolm's speeches, Martin's marches, every voice begins to tremble to the earth until the structure shows its fractures. FBI was tracking every coon with every pastor, every actor. 40 acres never came but 40 minutes on a stage to reconvene your consciousness and channelize the rage. From bebop to hip-hop, the fool lines mathematical. Each generation weaponized the beautiful, the radical. They gave us Reagan, now there's crack and mass incarceration. We gave them Public Enemy and blueprints for liberation. The Harlem Renaissance never ended, just evolved its form. Every freestyle cipher is a brainstorm, is a storm. Where the children of the talented, the tenth that was prophesied, inherit the fire that the water couldn't wash aside. They tried to write us out the narrative. We offered all on text, 100 years of proof, and that we're destined where was next. Temples from the rubble, made cathedrals from the struggle. Turned the largest to the center, now they study what we scribble. We built temples from the rubble, every generation double the inheritance of genius that they tried to keep us from.
All right, this is and you are Under the Groove. Welcome to Under the Groove Podcast, everybody. Happy Tuesday. All right. What did you do today? What was it that you accomplished? And you're pretty satisfied with the fact that you did that. You know what I mean? It's a grand rising, man. And every time that occurs, we have to take into account, man, we are being blessed. Well, we are fortunate, man. We've been, given something, man, the ancestors or the Most High see fit for us having, man. So be happy with that, man. Celebrating the fact that you are here. And you do that by making the best of it, right? Ain't no other way, man. Make the best of the situation, man. And I don't mean, just that woe is me and I'm going to struggle through the day type of get out. Nah, go at it, man. Go at it like this the last day. You know what I mean? Make it worthwhile, So again, peace and prosperity, everybody, man. Good to see y'all all up in here. This is what we do, all right? Me, I know I'm fortunate to be here, man. I appreciate the fact that I am, all right? That being said, let's get to this get down, man. I see y'all up in here. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I see you, James. You say, what's up, bud? What's up? Right back to you, man. Everything is everything. Like I said, man, here we are, all right? Here we are. It's meant to be. And we got to take credit for that, accept that, be accountable for it as well, Everybody didn't get this opportunity today, man. Everybody did not get the opportunity today to be where we are. You know what I mean? Not just on this podcast, not you just viewing and dropping comments. The fact that you in the day is what I'm talking about, man. So again, embrace it. Embrace it. Anything less than that is uncivilized, man. So yeah, there you go, man. I see you, Alonzo, man. Yep. Peace, prosperity, man. You as well, bro. Good to see you up in there with us, man. Supreme El Bay, 105, brother Bub, salute. All right back to you, man. Yeah, Noble King, man, up in this. Get down, y'all. We have a noble royalty up in this thing, man. That's what's happening. The more, the merrier. We need our brothers and sisters to start tapping in, man. And again, not just this podcast or this channel, man. All those, man, that speak truth to power, man, that's talking about us as a people. And damn the struggle, man. Damn, surpassing the struggle, man. Living life, man, and enjoying the lives we live, man. No complaints, no nothing. We in this thing, man, because we supposed to be in this thing, man. And I don't mean in the struggle. We the ones, man. We got to start representing that just like that. So again, man, peace and prosperity to you. Supreme El Bay, man, it's good to see you up in there hanging out with us, bro. James, man, he said, man, the world is smoke and mirrors. I don't believe anything I see, not for face value, like this imaginary war. It's all BS to me, like everything else. Live your life and support black, homie. Be one man that equals black first, unapologetically, man. Black first. Yeah, there's a lot. My mom used to say, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. You know what I mean? So that goes to that. You said, man, it's all smoke and mirrors. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. But it's a cold game. It's a cold game. It's their game. You know what I mean? And they got us encapsulated in this BS, man, in this box, man. They got us in this matrix, man. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, life is way greater than this. Most of us know this. You know, some of us are just coming into the know of it, while others, man, are still ignorant to the fact, man, that there is a greater life. There's something greater for us to have, man. You know what I mean? Not just to have, but to bring to the table, to represent, be about, you know? Again, man, mind, body, and soul, we got to be in this thing, man. And I don't mean this struggle. I don't mean this fight. That's, you know, we got to get out of this situation. So we got to fight to do that, no doubt. But hey, man, what's on the other end? I think that's all the more reason, man, to fight for what's ours, man. We're not asking nobody for nothing, man. You know, we're not begging. We're not asking, you know. Supposed to be taking what's ours, man. It's ours. We've been told otherwise, but those are the lies they tell us. Those are the lies they tell us, man. All right. Those is facts, man. All right. So yeah, there you go. James said, and these MFs ain't shit to me, dog. I'm already knowing what's really going on for a show. You know what? You ain't never lied. Alonzo said, man, I survived the day and I didn't hurt anyone. I'm on my way back, man, from the studio today. Traffic, man, was a dog, man, you know. And I don't know, man. Today I just, normally out, MF, get out the way. You can't drive, you people can't drive, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, man, but today I just said shit, man. I had my music on, a little Sade today, little Maxwell, man, was going in, man. Me and the wife, man, come on, man. Nothing got to me, man. I had the other part of my force with me, man. We doing the damn thing, man. Got here like it wasn't nothing. I forgot all about that traffic, man. But again, I ain't hurt nobody, so I'm glad. I appreciate that, man. That's some good stuff right there, Lonzo, man. Keep your composure, bro. He said, man, that's the first goal of mine daily. Real spit, right? Real spit. Queen Nzinga, 7-4, said, peace and blessings to the Royal Group congregation. I work like a runaway today. Yeah, I bet you did. You and a whole lot of others. And that's why they got us, man. They got us working for them, man. We were discussing this last week, man, in terms of, our lives, man. They really are our lives. And this is the part, this is part of what I'm talking about when we say, man, damn the struggle, right? Hey, man, this fight, man, to extract ourselves, man, from their get out. We work for them, man. Our lives are not our lives, man. And I'm telling y'all, man, for those who know, no. For those who know, no. We are in this situation, man, where everything we do is about them first. Them first. Not black first. Them first. And that's what we have to fight against. That's what we have to free ourselves from, man. I resent that every day. My grand rising occurs. There's more than half my day is contributed or it's lived for their benefit. Me working, me paying bills, this, that, and the third, you know what I mean? That's what I resent, man. I resent it for my people as well, man. This is what this fight should be about. It shouldn't be about all this other stuff, all these other distractions that they send at us, man. They got us when we black, we African, we did that. Hey, man, we are captured. We are captured, man. We are owned. We are exploited. We are all that other stuff, man. That really sway and hold weight. Before anything else, man, we gotta be free, man. We have to be free, man. This is the problem, man. We are not free, man. We live our lives for their benefit, man. Everything we do, man, is for their benefit, not ours. You know, we are captured. They ain't got us. We're not even hostages, man. We're willingly, captives, man. Inside a system, man, that gives one flying flick about any of us. They don't care if we African, if we black, if we FBA, if we indigenous, if we aboriginal. They don't care, man. When we get past all this bullshit, we'll see one thing for sure. We are captives, man. We are enslaved. We are not free to be whatever we want to be it FBA, be it black, African, indigenous, or aboriginal. We are actually none of those things, man, because, hey, look at our situation, man. First and foremost, we are captives, man. We're locked in a system, man, that it's just difficult for the majority of us to extract ourselves from. And I think that's only because we don't know how to work together. If I'm free, then I need you free as well, You can't be free and I still be captive, hostage, or a slave. Come on, man. In time, you'll be where I'm at. If you profess or claim to be free, it's just a matter of time then when they decide, enslave your ass too, but in a way that it really affects you. And that goes for those who got the bread, who think they have prestige, who think that they have friends amongst them people, man. That's not reality. That's not reality, man. Real stuff. Real stuff, man. We gonna be anything. Let's be free, man. First. Supreme L Basics, man, smash that like button on the way in, family. Put the video in the algorithm. Show our appreciation for Brother Bub and the continuous work he's putting down. I appreciate that, man. And I second that, man. Like, share, man, comment. All right. Get up in there, man. Let's make this thing what it is, what it needs to be, And again, my support goes out to all those other platforms, the podcasts and channels that, man, disseminate the same thing, man. Righteousness, man. That stuff about us, man, being where we're supposed to be. All this other stuff, man, is whack, man. We digging ourselves a deeper hole, man. So yeah, man, like, share, follow, comment, and subscribe, man. Subscribe to this Get Down and others like it. This is where our power is, man. Ain't no BS right here, man. And at other podcasts that I'm sure of. Ain't no BS, man. Ain't none of that, But yeah, we need to support other people. All of us do, That's the business, man. That's the business, man. They got us to where we don't even support each other no more. And I swear there was a time when we did. I remember. I was there, man. Support was through the roof. Yeah, there was arguments, disagreements, and fights even, But one thing I know, support was there, man. Back in the day, man, brothers can get down with the get down, knuckle up and all the other stuff, man. The next thing you know, man, they, hey, I see, hey, what's up? All right, da-da-da. Going about their business. We're in a trick bag, man. We're in a trick bag, man. It's like we don't even know how to extract ourselves from this plastic bag, man. All this stuff is plastic, man. It's fake. And it got us locked in this stuff, man. But let's be 100. We allowing this stuff. We know what the system is, man. We know what it's about. Our experiences is in this time. You know what I mean? The experiences of our ancestors, those who came before our mothers and fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers, that was theirs. We can't actually speak to that. We hear about it. We don't know what those times were like. We weren't there. You know what I mean? They were in a fight for their lives. That fight was totally different, man. That was different. This shit we in, hey man, come on, man. We some suckers, man. We some suckers, man. We are some suckers. You know, they put a little slack in the collar around our necks, man, and got us thinking we in this shit. We the shit. We some suckers, man. You know, come on, man. We got to fix this. Stop pointing our fingers at these people, man. We already know what they're capable of. You know, we learned this from our ancestors. Some of us know it in real time, you know, in our lives, in our lifetimes. We know how they get down. We got to fight against this stuff, man. You know, we got to be accountable. That's part of the problem as well. They didn't took it or got it to where we don't understand accountability no more. We don't know what it's like to be responsible anymore. We don't even understand principles, man, morals and integrity. We got none of that, man. Our characters, man, are lacking. Our moral compasses, man, have been smashed, man. You know? But yeah, we got a whole lot of personality, right? You know, we got a whole lot of that, man. We know how to, you know, put the swag on. We know all that BS that ain't getting us nothing out of this situation for sure. It don't help us out this situation. Actually, it's just digging a deeper hole for us to be, you know, fall into or be encased in. We utilizing all the wrong things, man, for all the wrong reasons. Come on, man. This stuff is real. This stuff is real, man. I'm telling y'all. I was thinking the other day, you know, I don't know how brothers and sisters really look at the state of this nation. You know what I mean? What's really going on. What I do know is they're taking jobs. That's for some of us who know, okay, we're in this situation. We got to work to pay the bills. Okay, boom. All right. I'm one of them, you know, my wife, you know, my family, this is what we do to sustain ourselves, you know, cause yeah, we caught up in this shit too. Right. Since last year, man, they say 600,000, 700,000 jobs just from black folk. I say it's way higher. We have an unemployment rate in this country, man, that's over 8%. I actually think it's higher. You know, they say 7.7, 7.8% for blacks as a whole. That's the sisters and the brothers. Sisters by themselves have an unemployment rate that is like, I think 7.8%, double that of their counterparts. Brothers have an unemployment rate higher than that, double our counterparts. That would be white males, you know, Asians, Mexicans, whatever, you know. My point is, man, something is going down and we're not even paying attention, man. We're not even seeing that they're forcing us out of a workforce that for real, man, a lot of us, we depend on because, you know, we want to keep up. You know what I mean? We got responsibilities. We got families, man, and everything based upon or it surrounds or is about our family requires a finance, requires economics, requires a job, you know, to take care of them. They're taking that from under us as well, bro. So what's next? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? I have a thought. We understand what they did to the farming industry, right? They kind of decimated it, and yet they allowed some to stay, but still it's not enough. Do y'all recall when Trump was campaigning? And he promised them people, farmers, that they would have workers. Because I'm going to get rid of these illegals. He swore it, and he went about it to some degree. You know, technically, he didn't really put a dent in that, you know, that number. They had over, 13, maybe 14 million illegals in the country. So, you know, they still may have about 12, 13 million illegals still in the country. You know, most of those individuals were not farmers, hands, you know, in the fields. But my point is, y'all recall when white farmers were saying, where the darkies at? Where them ninjas at supposed to be working these fields, Trump? You went and took all my Mexican workers. Where they at? Get that some thought, man. They're forcing us out the workforce, man. Those jobs that we typically have held and had, you know what I mean? For what? For what? You know? I don't know. I'm kind of under the impression they got a scheme. They have a plan. They think they're going to find a way to force us to do some shit we ain't trying to do. You know? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Again, that's just, these are my thoughts. That's my opinion in terms of what's going on with us and why this country is all of a sudden attacking us in terms of employment. What's that shit for, man? Why are they doing that? And again, man, we not thinking, man. We are not thinking. The most we'll think about is some BS, man. And we see it every day. Social media shows us acting like fools every day. And then people just sitting there watching, doing this. They getting ready. They're getting ready. They've talked about things, man, that we're not paying attention to. They have these private prisons in Florida, Alligator, Alcatraz, and all this stuff, man. They got situations in other countries in South America just waiting. Trump said a month ago, hey, I'm going to lock up citizens, criminals, and unemployed. This is what he said, man. I did a piece on it. I did some content on that. On the art of political discourse, I did content on that. He said that. For those individuals who aren't working or don't want to work and criminals, we got a place for them. He even talked about giving them to farmers. And he said, they'll be the property of the farmer. Then he threw in there, Hispanics, Mexicans. Yeah, well, if they don't want to work, we'll send them back to their country. And they got to go through the process to come back in, But he made the statement. He gave it up, man. I'm just, hey, if somebody don't agree, let me know, man. Talk to me. But there is something behind them taking jobs, first from our sisters. See, because I don't know. I kind of look at it like this, man. Sisters will do what the hell they have to do to take care of them babies, man, to take care of themselves as well. Brothers be more defiant, I think. No, man, you ain't gonna have me in no fields, and sisters be like, hey, we're gonna lose our home, we're gonna lose it, and I don't mean to sound like I'm discrediting a sister's resolve to stand tall through it all. That's not what I'm saying, But I think that is the plan, man. They've taken more jobs from sisters than they have from brothers. It's something behind this shit, man. This ain't no conspiracy theory, man. This is, hey, man, read between the lines, man. These people got something in store for us. While we sitting up talking about, I'm African, I'm black, I'm FBA, I'm indigenous, I'm aboriginal. They like, you ninjas are slaves. That's what the hell y'all are, and we gonna make sure y'all stay that. And hey, to a large degree, we're helping them. We are helping them. We are helping them, man. No one wants to sacrifice, man, for that cause, man. No one wants to be real warriors, represent a cause, man, that's gonna affect and impact, your people in a way, a more positive respect than what we see going on out here, man. Nobody want to do that, man. It's as if nobody understands, man, our power. Yeah, they can plan that shit all they want. That don't mean we have to go along with it. Okay, how do we not? One thing we don't understand as a people, and see, this how separated and divided we are. In terms of economy, in terms of consumers, that dollar being spent, no one spends more money in this country than we do. We keep this economy up. We keep it going up, man. We don't even understand our power financially. Because we're so distracted and messed up, man. We're so against one another, each other. You know, we'll support them and their get down before we'll support each other. Man, it's a bad look. That's a bad look. If we pushing out 1.7 trillion, let's say 1.5, I always do this, you know, the benefit of the doubt. Let's say 1.5 trillion annually. That's in 365 days. Our people, we consume in goods $1,500,000,000,000. We consume that in that amount, you know, products, whatever. Yeah, don't nobody do it like us, man. We got swag. We got Louis. Man, you name it, man. We got it. We poor as hell, but we got it. We got it. You know what I mean? We look good. Gold chains, cars we can't afford. We paying astronomical amounts for rent, you know, in places we don't own. All kind of shit. All kind of shit. You know? But here's the reality, man. If we saw our worth, which we don't, have we been able, or if we are able, once we become able to understand our worth, man, we could do damage. And we ain't got to pick up a piece. You ain't got to pick up a piece. You know, like I said last week, there are many avenues. In fact, there are many ways to wage war. Many. But I'm telling y'all, that's the number one way right there. That hurts. It hurts us not to have a dollar. So imagine them coming up short 1.5 trillion. They're going to lose their damn minds, man. To the point where they're going to say, okay, man, what the hell? We missed something. Let's see what they say. Oh, it's a whole lot to this shit, man. Trust and know that. But here we are, man. It's like, damn, man, we don't know how to get out of this situation and the shit right in our face. But again, ain't nobody willing, man, to come together, man. No one is willing to sacrifice it all, man. You know, we got to be willing, man, to make those moves that's going to bring about the change. That not that you to put us where we're supposed to be. Put it like that. All right. Real spit, man. Real spit. Want to rise up? That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. You get at them where it hurt. You can't even get our people to come together and say, we're going to boycott Walmart. Walmart will tell you in a minute, they don't give us nothing about blacks, man. FBAs or Africans, indigenous people or Aboriginal. They'll tell you in a minute. And they're not the only corporation. All of them tell you that. But we can't even come together and say, okay, let's show them. It's our time, man. We steady talking about what happened 50 years ago, 60 years ago. None of us was in that, man. We don't really understand that struggle, but here we have an opportunity, man, to get into a fight that can make a difference, man. And ain't nobody willing to do it. Come on, man. This some cold stuff, man. This some cold stuff. Telling y'all, man, that the effect on them will be no different than the effect we feel when it comes to us. When we lose a job, man, or we can't pay a bill, when that money not coming in, that shit affects us in so many different ways. They would hurt more because that's what they exist for. You know, they almost got us just like them. That's all we exist for, man. See what we can get. Damn everything else. You know, cold part about that whole mindset in terms of how we think and how we see shit, and the difference between us and them is they can hate each other all they want, but they know how to make money together. They know how to come together, man, and make sure that they stay where they are on top. We know the script, man. This shit is not rocket science to us. We know the script. No one willing, man. That's the problem. We can't even get young brothers and sisters to stop with the bullshit. just long enough, man, so we can start to see the forest for the trees. We can't get brothers, man, to come out of hide and come out of the woodwork, you know what I'm saying, and go into the communities and say, man, stop, man. And this is why you should stop. I'm just telling them to stop for the sake of telling somebody to stop doing something. A lot of them believe in what they're doing. And yet these same individuals, man, go through the same stuff we all go through. They ain't got a dollar. Don't really know, for the most part, a lot of them, where their next dollar gonna come from, where their next meal gonna come from. Can they pay the rent? Sisters, can they pay their car notes? You know, families, can they pay their mortgage? You know, come on, man. We in a bad way, man. We are in a bad way. And that's because, man, we are allowing ourselves to continue to be in this way. You know, simple stuff. It's simple stuff, man. You know, yeah, it sounds, man. I already know a lot of brothers and sisters like, man, you crazy. I'm going to work. I got it. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Trust to know I get that. But I also get the fact that if we made a stand, if we took a stand, man, it would change our world. And for sure, it would change theirs, you know. We got something to bargain with, and we don't even know how to bargain, man. We don't even know how to use our bargaining chip. We got one chip to bargain with. We just sitting on this thing. We ain't utilized it, man. That's some crazy stuff, ain't it? Now, all the while now, while we sitting on this opportunity, man, to bring something to the table, to change some things for us, you know, prices are going up. They're bleeding us dry. You know, so again, one or two things are going to occur. They're going to in their minds, they're going to have us in the fields, or as a result of what they're doing to us. And again, we don't see it, but it's there. They're going to make criminals out of the majority of us just to pay bills. That means they're going to come in and get us. They're going to come to arrest us. This is why ICE is here. ICE ain't here, man, just for these damn Mexicans, man. That's a front, man. Again, man, they ain't even put a dent in the illegals that are here. Man, they ain't even scratched the surface. They ain't even scratched the surface, man. They building up ICE, man, as we speak, man. They're not going to get rid of ICE. You know, they're going to give them that money to fund them, man, because that is a new police force that they're going to use, man, on us. All right. All right. A lot of y'all don't believe it. A lot of y'all don't trust it. A lot of you brothers say, man, fuck what I'm talking about. Okay. Lo and behold, man, these people is after us, man. You know, and they ain't the only ones. Everybody's after us. While we after ourselves, man. That shit is crazy, right? You can't tell me that ain't some crazy stuff, man. Got the whole world on our necks, man. And at the same time, we got our own feet on our own people's necks as well. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, man. Let's figure this stuff out, man, while we have time. Because I'm telling y'all, we said this before, that door or that window, either or, you know, choose. You make a choice which one you want to go through. It ain't going to stay open for long. You know, it's just not. You know, while we doing all this, man, a whole lot going on in the world, man, and it points to one thing. It points to one thing. The reemergence, man, of dominance. They got a whole new neo-colonialism jumping off now, man. And it's like we just blind. They got a whole new doctrine jumping off, man. They said the Dunroe Doctrine is to take over the whole Western Hemisphere. And they're showing individuals, especially people of color, that they're not playing. In fact, they ain't got to make up nothing to go get somebody out of a seat of power, man, out of a sovereign country and bring them over here and lock them up, throw away the key. They've been doing that. Maduro's not the first one they've done that to. They've been all through South America doing that stuff. You know what I mean? But, you know, their doctrine is to take over the whole region and Africa. Now, a lot of brothers say, oh, man, we ain't got to deal with Africa, right? Man, it all matter. It's all relative, man. Whether or not we want to accept it and trust it, it's all relative, man. You know? So as they're doing what they're doing in South America and the Caribbean islands, they got all them people scared right now. Mexican president, she would bow to her knees for Trump. Scared. Nicaragua, man. The one where this dude then took away human rights and locking up all, you know, the MS-13 cats. I forget the country right now that'll come to me, man, in a minute. El Salvador. You know, you got these countries up and down South America bowing. Brazil about the only one say, man, we gonna fight, you know. Everybody else like, oh, we don't want no problems with them crackers. We know how they do. They're reestablishing colonialism, man. They're recolonizing countries, man. As America does it on this end, guess where Europe is? They're in Africa, the EU, France, the UK, Germany, all of them mounting up. Gotta wake up, man, to see what's really happening, man. They're mounting up to go after every country over there that then kick them out and say, y'all can't have our resources, our rare earth minerals, our natural. We don't want to give them to y'all freely anymore. Man, them Europeans are mounting up. And the United States is over there as well. Nigeria, man, Ghana, they mounting up, man. See, we just the good darkies over here. We ain't got enough fight. We ain't, you know, they figured they took all the fight out of us. You know. There you go, man. We're gonna have to wake up, man. We're gonna have to wake up, man. Gonna have to wake up, y'all. Antonio, I see you, brother. Right back to you, man. B1, love and respect, bro. El Bay, man, says facts, man. Shamon Brown said it's OG Tony Stacy. All right. Yeah, as far as we know, man, he's all right. But again, man, here's a situation where brothers are losing their damn minds. You know? Brothers are losing their damn minds, man. We're doing more damage to each other than we are to anybody else. And in most cases, man, we don't have to have an excuse why we're doing what we're doing to one another. We just do it, you know. But when we see them or when they talk to us a certain way, treat us a certain way, we turn the cheek or we act like we didn't hear them or we don't notice them. Oh, I didn't hear him say nothing to me, you know. Oh, we cool, you know. For those brothers, man, for those of us, man, and sisters, man, who didn't supposedly been through the fire, man, is willing to go back to some BS, man. Hey, man, we got to let them go, man. We love them. We support them. But we have to do that differently now. We are in a fight, and we have individuals. We're fighting each other, man. We're not even fighting the system that had done all this damage to us, man. We're losing brothers and sisters every day to this system, you know? And if individuals, man, who are falling back into that trap want to know or is concerned with how brothers and sisters feel about them and their well-being, you know, hey, man, miss that BS, man, and be here where you need it, you know? Otherwise, all right, man, hell that shit. Our brothers, man, get out of jail, man, and come back to the same shit. Go back to the same shit. I don't care what level of incarceration you talking about, man. state level to the feds, man. This is what we see. They come out thinking they slicker, they're tighter, you know. They got the blueprint. They're gonna beat the game, and they're wasting, man, the number one resource that we need, man. Themselves. We need that resource to fight the good fight. Brothers don't see that though, man. A brother cannot expect for me to be concerned about his or her brother or sister, cannot be concerned about me. I'm only speaking for me. Cannot be concerned about when I think about their well-being under some circumstances that, you know, could have been different. Didn't have to be what it is. I'm not concerned, man. I would be more concerned with brothers who are trying to get out of that situation, you know. I'm more willing, man, to assist them, man, support them as best I could. But, man, you cannot, you know, come from that situation and do some idiotic stuff. Go back, man, and no, man, no. You know? So, yeah, man, peace and prosperity, man, to those who deserve it. You know? The respect is still there, man, but, hey, the love is also still there. But, man, for real, man, time to move on, man. Because the choice was made to move on from this situation and to back into that. I ain't with that, man. That go for anybody. That would go for me, man. And trust and know, man, there's no way I would go back to that. Nah. Unless man, them people who's trying some more and I wasn't able to end it however it's supposed to go. You know what I mean? But not on no humbug, fluke, no idiotic shit, man. I'm not giving up that for that. No. And I'm not giving no dues or props to no individual for that type of behavior. Especially when they know better. Especially when they know better. So that's what I got to say about that, man. All right. Straight up. That's what we need, Shaman Brown. We need peace, man. We need love in our communities, man. We need to start educating and informing our brothers and sisters in terms of, man, what's really going on, man. And how, you know, we've been wasting our lives, man, over BS. Again, man, this is our era. It's all everybody that's living in this right now. This is our era, man. You know, we are the individuals who's supposed to be putting this thing together, man, and pushing this thing forward for the people. If it does not, man, if it does not include, if it's not all inclusive of all our people, red, blue, orange, green, yellow, brown, black, what, you know what I mean, rags, you know, hey, man, then, part of the problem. Then that is a section or a sector or, you know, a group that's working against what we need to be striving towards. And I'm telling y'all, man, we got to start dealing with some shit, man. We have to start dealing with some shit, man. If we don't, man, this is a wrap. Alonzo say, man, I try to laugh as much as possible, bro. My mother used to say, gotta laugh to stop from crying. That's how bad it is, man. You know? That's how bad it is, man. You know? That's how bad it is, man. We got to get it together, man. Fast Moving Hill says, man, my likes up, respect, big bro. Appreciate you up in here, man. Appreciate you up in here, all right? I see you, man. I see you, Donald Davis. What up, bub, man? What up, brother? What up? Right back to you, man. Everything's everything, man. But we want that thing, man. What's really up, man, is we got to get it together. Let's just keep it above board, man, like we do. You know, we got to start focusing on the focus, y'all, because I'm telling you, man, we like going, we're like blind people, man. Like we don't know, we can't see nothing. We're blind, deaf, and dumb. We can't see shit. We don't hear shit. And we can't think worth damn, man. Just like we some damn blind, deaf idiots. You know, we got to get it together, man. Cause I'm telling y'all, man, this in them, hey, man. Real shit, y'all. Real shit. When are we gonna say, all right, man, you know what? Facts. Most of us have children. Most of us have children who have children. We're a bad excuse, man, for parents, for mothers and fathers, for grandmothers and grandfathers, especially if these children don't know jack. If these grandbabies, man, are going to be worse off than their mothers and fathers, our seeds, our offspring. If their offspring could, if we could determine, just look at what's going on, that they'll be worse off, we ain't did our job, man. We have not done our job. You know, straight up, man. Again, this is our time, man, where we're supposed to be stepping up to the plate. We know the history, man. I swear, man, it astounds me, man, how brothers and sisters know the history 5,000 years ago, but cannot deal with what's going on today. We can't discuss what's really happening to us today. Don't even know how to deal with it. Again, most of us don't even see it happening. We're so blinded and ignorant. We're so distracted. But man, ask somebody, man, what was it? You know, what was the fifth dynasty, man? When did the pyramids get built, man? What did them brothers and sisters bring to the table? What were their inventions, their innovations, this, that, and the third? Man, we could write books on it. We got so many brothers and sisters so versed in that, man. It's astounding. Only because, man, they're more up on what happened in the past than they are on what the fuck is going on today. That astounds me, man. It should astound each and every one of us, man. That's how we should be able to recognize whether or not we got it together or we slipping. We're slipping, man. We're slipping. And this shit is sad, bro. You know? Change the world, man. We can do that if we decide to. We have to make these decisions, man, that's going to buck the system that is against us. And I realize, man, a lot of us rather be a part of the system than be against it. I get it. It's what we used to. A lot of us have succumbed, have given up. Like, oh, man, we can't beat them. How you know? Have we tried? Have we tried? Not have you tried. Not have I tried. But have we tried? Have we made an attempt? Oh, man. You can't know what you know, man, until it occurred, till it happened. A lot of brothers are in fear, holding on to a life ain't worth a damn, but will give up that same life for nothing. Some crazy shit, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. Whole bunch of damn fools, man. Ain't nobody else gonna do, ain't nobody gonna save us, man. And they ain't gonna give a shit. When we say we are all we have, man, that's the truth. That's the truth. The problem with that is a lot of us won't accept it. We will not accept the truth, man. Unless, of course, One of them way oopies tell you some stuff. Take that and run with it. We see that every day too. All we have, man. I'm telling you, and brothers and sisters are acting like, man, damn fools, man. We would rather die for nothing than stand up and live for something, and or even die for it. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. We can sit up and shoot the shit all day, every day, man. Real spit, man. It's what most of us do anyway, right? We'll sit up, we'll shoot shit. Shoot the shit, man. Talk about nothing. Most of us ain't gonna be about nothing. And we okay with that shit? And come down to some solid, for real life man and woman, some real life issues, man. Some things that's supposed to be fought for, that you're supposed to be willing to give your life for. Ain't no fight. Our children are in the limelight, man. They're in the crosshairs. They're next. The people in Israel are talking about our children and the threat they represent. Y'all ain't hearing this shit? And they say it out in the open. They will blatantly say it in the open. Our children are in the crosshairs, man. Don't nobody give a damn. Man. Think about that, man. Think about that. I know how long that thought is going to last for a lot of us, you know. For some of us, is in one ear and out the other, man. You know, because it's too much we got to give up. That's the truth right there. In order to fight the good fight, that righteous fight, it's going to be too much. A lot of us are going to have to give up. And a lot of us ain't ready for that. We're comfortable, man, in the position we're in. You see it every day. You see the degradation, man, the self-disrespect, the self-loathing, you know, the hate of self every day. Every day. And people not willing to get that up, man. That's a mistake, man, that we're making. We can't blame that on them. That's ours, man. You know, our sisters, man. Y'all, we not seeing this shit. We not seeing this shit. Our young brothers, man, as well. Our brothers, period. We ain't seeing this shit, man. They ain't gave y'all nothing, man, worth being blind. You know what I mean? They should not be able to give you or think they're giving you, for you to think they're giving you something to make you turn a blind eye to what is happening to you and your people. They should have nothing. There could be nothing, you know, y'all know what I'm saying, man. Can't nothing be worth that, man. Nothing. Straight up, man. Shimon Brown, man, sitting on today's times make the Willie Lynch manifesto appear so prophetic. As you said, we allow it. We had that conversation last week, man, about conditioning and being indoctrinated, brainwashed. But I'm telling you, man, for the life of me, I don't trust that. I don't that it is that. But again, man, it is too much that we have an understanding of already, that we know, for us to be that damn far gone, man. We got brothers and sisters, man, who can speak to pride and dignity, identity, heritage, history, you know, ingenuity, man, gifts, talents, all that. Yet it's our turn. And yet we can't even produce, man, a collective thought in order for us, something that would bring us together. We can't even come up with something that we can all agree on in terms of helping us as a people. We could talk about all the accomplishments, man, of those who came before us. Okay. What we got, what have we brought to the people? Yeah, man, these discussions, those things that need to be talked about are not discussed. And if they are, those discussions, that dialogue, those conversations don't go far. You know, they don't go far, man. Because again, brothers and sisters will go back to what they know. It's the simplest thing for a lot of us, man, just to go back to what we know. You know, we've been doing it so long. We know nothing else. Don't y'all think that's a problem? Again, man, it's like the fight in us have been siphoned out, man. You know, our spirits and souls are just, I don't even want to say that, man. They just like they've been lulled to sleep. You know, we have no fight for all that shit we know ails us. But we got to fight for each other over a word or a street, a look. You know, something wrong, man. Lonzo, man, appreciate it. Say standing on truth, facts, and science, man. There you go, man. Our community has to get back to common sense and a sense of community, man. We have to get back to common sense. Each and every one of us, man. We got to reach back in, man, tap in, man, and get our minds right, man. Get our souls right, our bodies right. That's just what it is, man. You know, ourselves, you know, we're all out of whack, man. And we're being exploited. And for the most part, we allow this exploitation of self. I'm telling you, man, most of us, we're so individualized, man. It's scary, man. No one wants to come together, man. That's crazy. I've seen brothers, man, refuse, peace with brothers. I've seen brothers, man, align themselves with those who hate brothers, but they'll allow themselves to be told, well, me and you are cool. But nah, man, F him. What? Oh, I'm cool. Okay, I'm cool. That's all that matters then. I'm cool, man. I'm good. You ain't got no beef with me, man. They ain't me. They ain't gonna do you. Cowards, man. No fight in you. Stump down cowards. Straight cowards, man. Man. Fast Moving said, man, society has disappointed me. Well, who disappoints you most? Seriously, society or your own? And if you're talking about society, are you speaking about us? You know what I mean? I mean, you straight up, man. You straightforward question. I'd like to know. Society is fucked. We know this, right? And we could be disappointed in society. Say, for instance, if we had our stuff together, we could be sitting back like, look at this, man. This is disappointing. Blacks as a whole got it together, man. You know, and we're making it better for the whole world. And yet here goes society acting like damn fool. We'd be like, look at this. This is just disappointing. You know? But I think the real case or the issue is when we stand back or we fall back and we look, who we see disappointing us the most. You know, I wonder, man. Society has disappointed a whole lot of us. What segment, what demographic in society are we talking about? You know? You know. True story. Well, this is a fact. I just saw something, man, in had some white guys disappointed in us because, you know, let them tell it, they thought we give them a fight. You know, just think about that though. Most of them who let's say organize, you know, those militias, don't trust half what they say, you know what I mean? You know, but they say, okay, man, this is to make sure that we continue to, you know, have our constitutional rights, you know, our Second Amendment right, you know, we can bear on, you know, bear on, blah, blah, blah. Then the government come try to take mine. Yeah, that ain't really who that for. I mean, there's that aspect of it. But they were preparing for us. And I tell you, a lot of them are disappointed. Damn, we thought we'd be getting it on by now because, you know, our people have been running over them for a long time. We thought they'd be tired by now. We wasted all my money, you know, on these, you know, these poles and sticks and, you know, and then, you know, shoot. Yeah, disappointing, man. Disappointing. I don't know, man. I'm like this, man. We have to be mindful of what we're saying. I think that. I think that. I think that, man, we have to be very careful in terms of what we're saying, man. And in terms of how we express certain sentiments, you know. And I'm not talking about myself right now in this moment because I stand on that. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, man, when we make a statement like, say, man, I'm only for Black Americans, you know, for Black Americans, or I'm only for African Americans. I'm only for FBAs, you know, that I say I only suggest, you know, that we be careful what we say because, see, the truth of the matter may be, or could very well be, we could be for individuals who ain't for us. You know? You know? So those same elements, man, that existed 50 years ago, 60 years ago, when brothers were doing what we're supposed to be doing right now, you know, rising up, those individuals existed too. And those same brothers who were about the people said, man, I'm only for my brothers, you know, Black Americans, African Americans. And the whole time, shit, man, half of them wasn't even about that. Didn't give a damn about that. So when we say, man, we got to know exactly what the hell we talking about, man, because sometimes when we say something, man, we allow other forces and energies, man, to become a part of what you're sincerely about, what you're genuinely about. And they have no purpose in that space, bro. You know, they just shouldn't. We have individuals amongst us, man, who are not about us. What the saying is, You might be skin folk, don't make you kin folk, however that go, right? Hey, man, I think I'm saying that to say this is part of the problem. We have to be mindful, man, about who we are talking about, embracing, who we share our energy with when we speak, I think when we do that and we do it just loosely, that's a hazard. That could very well be a hazard, And again, we won't know until we know, But to say, hey, I'm only for this, and when half of them ain't even for you or for us. Again, just look around, man. It speaks for itself. It just does. It speaks for itself. A lot of brothers and sisters don't give a damn about what you're talking about, especially if it's about positivity, if it's about respect, dignity, unity, identity, education, excellence, empowerment, be one, you got some brothers and sisters, man, will sooner kill us than join us. So, it should not be all encompassing, it just shouldn't. It should only include or invite those, who are like-minded. And if they aren't, it will show. I don't care what nobody tell you. A lot of brothers back in the day missed the signs. So engrossed in that fight with Whitey, they missed the signs. That's a mistake we, should things come to pass, we can't make again. You know what I'm saying? Just real spit. I'm commenting on what I'm reading. You know what I mean? So that's what we have to be mindful of first and foremost, I think. There you go, Alonzo. That's the truth. Every one of them ain't for us. And again, man, it shows. We don't even got to name names, man. Just close your eyes and think. Look in every, you could, in every profession, there's more than one, I don't care what industry they're in, man, you can close your eyes and envision their faces will come up. They'll appear. We ain't got to name them. They exist. We got some serious stuff jumping off, y'all. Don't even get me started on politics and the vote and all that. Every one of them up in there, man, is a sellout. Every one of our so-called people up in that apparatus, every one. Trust that, man. Trust that. You ain't got to take my word for it. Research them. See what they vote on. See what they've brought back to the communities they say they represent. See how they fight for the communities. Go check it out. The shit in black and white, man. Go check out who they supporting and who they aren't. It's right there, man. So they come in all walks of life, man, in all professions, man. Those of ours, they don't give a, everything ain't for everybody, man. And that's sad, but that's the truth. They everywhere, man. From the ground level, man, to the high echelons, man, of society. They are everywhere. What we gonna do about that? How you combat that? How you deal with the fact that, okay, man, the shit jump off, that's who you gotta fight first. That's who you go against first. It's facts. They've always had them. Again, man, and we have a lot of intelligent brothers and sisters who especially know history. Just Go back in history. Their names are in the history books, man. That's something. That's another backstabbing move them people did to those of our people who helped them. They let it be known who they were. They're there, man. And they are here today. Trust that. So what do we do? You know what I mean? And I'm just asking. I'm not asking in terms of facilitating a certain, but I'm posing this question for us to start thinking, man, a little more in depth. Had them deep dives, man, in terms of, okay, man, for real, when push comes to shove, understand who you'll be shoving out of your way first before you even get to the real battle. They lined up waiting, man. I'm ready, boss. Tell them about the gun line, boss. They here, man. And we love some of them to death. Ain't that something? We love them. We swear, man, that they the shit. Bunch of cowards and sellouts, man. That's what they are, man. That's what they are. Straight up, man. Straight up. We don't know our worth. There you go, fast moving. Worth is something special. What worth we talking about, though, right? A lot of them don't get it. A lot of them think we're talking about money. It's nothing, man. Them people tell you paper money is nothing, just a receipt. We living on credit. We paying credit for credit. We caught up, man, right? Come on, man. Most of them don't even know their worth, man. Most of them cannot give you his or her own philosophy. Not just about life, but the life they're living, the life they're going through. Most of them can't even speak to that shit. And that's one of my pet peeves. If you can't give me your philosophy, don't tell me nothing that these people done told you or you reciting. Don't parrot nothing. Do you have a philosophy? That's what I'm on, man. That don't necessarily mean either that if one could give me one, oh, he's trustworthy or she's trustworthy. Nah, that's just some of it. You know what I mean? Some of the makeup, some of what would allow a man to be a man or a woman to be a woman. We listened to Frantz Fanon last night, man. Brother said some powerful shit. He wrote powerful shit. This man had to go through something to form a philosophy that had booted out that makeshift or borrowed philosophy he had already had that was given to him. He had to go through some stuff, man, to restructure his thinking. He had to go through that to discover that he wasn't a man after all, that he had missed every mark. Every stepping stone towards ascending to that, he stumbled and tripped over. He couldn't get there until he went through some stuff and realized, hey, man, wait a minute. What? I'm telling y'all, man, if what we are going through is not enough for us to come to recognize, to come to realize, accept, and acknowledge that, man, we are far from the mark. We're missing the mark. That we are not ascending, that we have not ascended to manhood. Hey, man, I don't know what else to tell us, man. I don't know what else to say. I just don't. But I know for a fact, myself included, we're missing the mark. We're falling short. We've been through enough, man. We've been through enough, man, to be at that stage in our lives to where, man, hey, man, we have engineered, we have developed and put together our own philosophy, our own understanding of what it is to be a man. I know this, man. But again, the fact remains, a lot of us will not acknowledge or accept it. I say to you guys all the time, man, I'm still growing. I'm 62, man. I'm still growing. I'm coming to realize stuff, man, that were lies. Shit I was told that was bullshit. I'm realizing, man, truths, man, that were not given purposely to me. That had I got them, man, that wasn't meant to be. I had to go through what a lot of us go through, man, to get to the point where I'm saying, okay, man, I'm growing at this age. I'm still developing psychologically, spiritually. I come to understand, man, okay, this is my work, man. I left that up to other people. I listened. Come on, man. That's where we make our mistakes. We follow people that don't want to lead us nowhere. Lead us with lies and deception. That's what we see in the communities, man. That's what we see from society. That's what we see from the government. This is what we see from other people. Lies and deception, you know. We got to get out of this mindset, man. We have to start developing psychologically as well as spiritually, man, to the point where, man, hey, I'm a man. And based on, I'm going to do man shit, man. I'm going to know right from wrong. I'm going to know when I'm being used. I'm being exploited. I'm being abused. Disrespected. And I'm going to deal with that shit. This is where we're failing at, man. This is why our communities are the way they are. This is why we are like we are as a people, man. Don't nobody want to acknowledge truth, man. Don't nobody want to deal with it. It's scary. It hurts, you know? Real shit. Brothers, man. Man, yeah. We don't know our worth, man. A lot of us don't want to know it. That's now, once you get to that point, you know what you're worth. That means for real, there is a such thing as responsibility and accountability. Such thing as dignity, morals and principles, integrity. That's some of those constructs, man, that make men men. A lot of cats don't want to be men. We're going through some stuff, man. And we don't have to. We don't have to, man. No. Yeah, man. All right, Cash Money, I see you up in here, brother. Said, big bro, you are absolutely right. We have to hold ourselves accountable. 2026, when we came into it, man, one of the statements that was made here on this podcast was 2026 has to be the year of accountability, man. We have to be accountable. That's a start, We have to be accountable. Straight up. Cash Money, appreciate you in this. Get out, man. Please like, share, comment, man. We've already done that. Appreciate your comment, man. Truth to power, man. It was truth to power, man. We have to hold ourselves accountable, man. So we appreciate you in this space, bro. Yeah, man. All right, Al, man. Al said, man, Africa is fighting back as we speak. Booting MF's out of there, man. That's gonna be our goal back line. You know what I mean? And again, we talked about, or the discussion a few minutes ago was, we so caught up here in the United States, man. They got us so distracted on crap. We cannot see the forest for the trees. We can't see the struggle that our kin is in across the waters. I'm not making this up, man. The European Union, France, Germany, the UK, they're all mounting up right now to go back and tell them brothers, man, nah, we ain't letting y'all take nothing back. This our shit. For real. For real. They got American soldiers landing in Nigeria right now, some in Ghana, and one more spot. They're mounting up, man, along with the French and some British troops. They're going to go back. They're going to attempt to go back and forcefully take back what don't belong to them. This shit is happening. And a lot of brothers and sisters might think, oh, man, that don't concern us. It does. It does. Again, part of the problem that we haven't seemed to grasp is this plan that has been in effect. They got a playbook. We talked about the playbook. But, man, divide and conquer is the number one thing, man, the number one rule to, running a people, to controlling people. You divide them. They're easily conquered that way. So when they divide us, say, man, y'all not from there, y'all over here, and they're there and there. So what happens over there don't concern y'all. Bullshit. Bullshit. At the very least, what we see occurring in Africa, man, is the fact that these brothers and sisters have decided that they'd rather be human beings, men and women, doing their own thing rather than have somebody dictate to them or run their lives, man. At the very least, we should get from this, man. Hey, man, this is doable. Standing up is an ability we all have. It's an ability we all can utilize. We can all stand up, man. That's a start. That's what they're doing. They're standing up. And in the process, man, the backs are erect, heads held high, and say, nah, man, we had enough. And we're willing to die for this. That's what's going on over there. Now, them people, the European, have to quash that, or at least they think they do. And America, because they say, hey, man, they're sending the wrong message. That's not the message we want our darkies to see in the U.S. or in the Caribbean or anywhere else we may be, Australia, whatever, South America. No, we can't have that. It does concern us. What they're doing is saying to us, man, this concerns y'all too. Y'all can do the same thing. Just gotta be willing. So what we see taking place over there is in real time, it's going down. And again, there are so many distractions, man. We can't even, because we've been distracted so well. It's like we can't even focus on one thing. Man, most of y'all have to realize the mind, in the span of a second, you might think of 100 things. In a minute, your thought processes have touched subjects, man. The numbers just astronomical. In a day, there's so many things that happen in your mind, and you are aware of them. If you choose to be, if you focus on your thoughts. Most of us think about 100 things in a minute. For real, man. People, places, and things. Duties, responsibilities, accountability, love, respect, right and wrong. This shit, that's the mind at work. But there's so much placed in front of us. A lot of us have allowed our minds, our senses to be dulled by this bullshit. We've been lulled to sleep, you know. It's relative, man. It's relative. Anytime something is occurring with one of our people, man, cross the water or not, it's relative. It affects us. It concerns us. It's about us. Real shit. There's no getting around that, man. We have to start changing, man, fixing our mindset, man. We have to really, man, re-educate ourselves, man. Relearn things, man, that should and need to be relearned, because we've been given a lot of garbage, man. A lot of miseducation. Again, we've been lied to, man, and deceived for the longest time. And for some of us, that's natural. It's okay. I'm here to tell you it's not, man. It's an anomaly. There's nothing normal and natural about it, bro. Nothing. This shit is being done for a reason. We're the only ones who don't get it, though. Those in power, they know. They know why. They know better than we ever will, because they have our knowledge. They have our education. They have everything the ancestors left us as a roadmap to perfection. They have it. It won't help them, but they be damned if we get it, because they know it only serves us. We the only ones don't understand, man, what's really at stake here. And again, man, for those of you brothers and sisters who have children and grandchildren, that's the whole purpose, man. They are the purpose. They are the reason. They are the reason. They should be the agenda. It's their future, man, we're trying to bring, or we need to be attempting to bring to the forefront. They are the ones that's going to inherit the earth, man. We got to prepare them. We got to stop thinking about ourselves, man. Think about our people, man. That's our wealth. That's our what? Those are our riches. Our people. Nothing else. Nothing else. We the only ones ain't fighting back. And Quasi is kept. We're supposed to be the vanguard, front line, the resistance. You know? Whole lot, man. Whole lot going on, y'all. And it's a whole lot that's been kept from us intentionally. Whole lot of power, man. A whole lot of power. They don't, man, they will die first before they just give it to us. You know? All right, Poke, I see you up in here, my brother. So what to do under the groove? I'm late, but I'm here. Better late than never, homie. Always, all right? That go for all us, y'all. We late coming to the scene, man. Each and every one of us, man, but we're here. You know? We're here. So can't say you didn't show up. Can't say you didn't get it. You didn't get the memo, you know. Got the memo, man. The memo is to focus on the focus. All right. You say I'm late, but I'm here, man. Focus on the focus. And to the RGC, man, blessings to you all. I'm here above, top of it, to you and your family. Likewise, my brother. Peace and prosperity, you and the fam. Good to see you here amongst us. I saw you at the Ask In last night, and I threw something in there, hopefully that, you know, I figured you'd have seen it, you know. So if not, man, peace, prosperity. Good to see you up in here with us, man. I'm going backwards, y'all. You know, Al said, man, respectfully, big bro, there are a lot of our people that are fighting the good fight, standing on business, 10 toes down, and preparing themselves for the future, positioning themselves, their families. Let's see, is there more to that? Okay, I probably passed that up. But Al, true that, truth to power. And forgive me. This goes to anybody who interpret my saying, man, everybody just met. Everybody is not. There are brothers who who are laced tight, laced embraced, sisters laced embraced, ready, on what they supposed to be on. No doubt. No doubt, bro. So forgive me if it came off like we all messed up. Ain't nobody ready. I don't know. I just think that some of us, those of us that's supposed to be ready, are not. And I'm speaking to those that come from where we come from, the dirt, man. That's not to say those that we come who are prepared didn't come from the dirt, but those who are still in the areas of the dirt, the sandbox, where we grew up in, just that's who my address should be, aimed at or directed towards. All right. I'm pretty sure, I am convinced that there are brothers and sisters who are not a joke, not in the least bit, man. So again, man, respectfully, meant no disrespect or harm to nobody, because the fact of the matter is, we have brothers and sisters who are stumped down, who are concrete, man. Foundation upon themselves, man. They got many standing on their shoulders and they're doing the damn thing the way it's supposed to. I acknowledge that, no doubt. All right. Oh, there you go. I passed it right up, Al. But anyway, let me finish that sentence though. Respectfully, big bro, there are a lot of our people that are fighting the good fight, standing on business, 10 toes down, and preparing themselves for the future, positioning themselves, their families, and children for upright movement. We just don't see them. Absolutely. 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 Truth to power right there, Al. All right, James, man, you take it easy. Probably already left. I don't know, man. Hopefully I see you tomorrow, homie. One step at a time, bro. All love. Huh. Fast moving said it's up in America. You better know it. Better know it, man. Al said, man, fear does one of two things. It either paralyzes you or mobilizes you, right? Fight or flight, So yeah. I refuse to live in fear. I'm pushing for upward mobility. There it is, man. Fast moving said, my lady is 2026 out the game. Damn. No understanding at all, man. Lonzo, man, said, man, we're going to change the world, bub. I promise you. Just watch, big bro. Yeah, I want to be a part of that process. No doubt about that, And I trust that it's going to occur, you know, in this lifetime. You dig what I mean? I trust that. No doubt in my mind, man. My soul speaks to it. My soul, it enlightens me. It lets me know, man, it's going to happen. We're getting very, very close. Whole fast moving say, baby is out, man. 2026, huh? She thinks she's more man than me. Again, man, this is a part of the get down, man. This is a part of the, the BS we're being fed. Again, sisters and brothers, you know, sisters and brothers, man, are caught up in this stuff. Man, we all we got, man, and this is what we get out of it. Poke said, man, I just got in, but family changes too. And I'm talking about blood. You can't wait for family to get right sometimes, but instead, you build a family worth building and loving as your baby. As your baby, bub, UTG. Yeah, I get that as well. True that. True that. And I was saying a minute ago, um, just because we skin folk don't necessarily mean we kin folk. You know what I mean? You could be kin folk, don't necessarily mean we skin folk, there's that in every family, man. There are those individuals, man. Sometimes, yeah, you have to go and create, you know, um, another foundation, you know, create your own, and build upon that, with your family. You know what I mean? So I take that to be, valid right there, bro. Yeah, man. Fast moving say, man, I just laugh now. No fear, only growth for me. And that's the thing, man. I'm telling you, I recognize it every day, just growth. And I tell you, when it first dawned on me this was occurring within me, my heart did beat a little faster, because there was a lot of things that I will admit initially in my mind, I saw those things as hard to release, excuse me, to let go of. You know what I mean? But then, I realized that was all here. So here I am. Here I am. Let go of that shit, man. What's the saying? When you become a man, you let go of childish things. Um, and that's the process. That has been the process for me. Like I said the other day, though, also every day I'm growing, man. I'm coming to terms with a whole lot of stuff. I have so much stuff back there in the cloud locked in the back of my mind, man. Some of it's compartmentalized, and I go and I open, okay, get that out of there, get that out of there, get that, cleaning it out. Excuse me, cleaning it out, man. Lonzo got that advice for you. Say, man, that maybe she's not acting like a man. Maybe she's just expressing herself more. And Fast say, yeah, but express with respect, not to degrade. Right, right. You know, and that goes along the lines. And it's not what you say, but how you say it. I could dig that. Queen and Zinga say, man, I stay teaching and speaking to minds. We're gonna be all right up in here with the business when it goes down. I promise you that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. All right, Raymond Sko. What to do, Roscoe? He say, tap it in, bud. Peace and prosperity to the kings and queens in the RGC, man. Good to have you here. Rakupu, what to do, love? One piece right back to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Thomas told Queen and Zinga that has to be the mindset. Sir Chauncey. All right, man. He said, man, oh, we live right now. There you go. You better believe it. Up and running, bro. Fast moving said, man, I hope your channel grows, bub, because people need to eat. Yeah, man, but we got to prepare the meal, man. We got to have the ingredients right, man, and just set it out there, man. Maybe they'll smell it. You know what Rock used to say, can you smell what I'm cooking? Maybe they'll get a whiff of it, you know what I mean? But if not this one, another one, it's going to take a whole lot of us, man, to prepare this stuff, to cook it, man, and set it out for the people, man, to consume. The same way they eat up this BS we see in the streets every day, especially on social media, man. We can prepare stuff and set it out there and they can have it that, you know what I mean? I tell you, it'll digest a lot better, make them a little healthier. That's for dang sure, Yeah. You say fast moving cement, man. Yes, sir. Pelican Bay, 2002. I met a philosopher doing life. And I'm tell you the coldest part about what you just said is that that's when most of them become that. When they're in a situation, when a lot of the blinders have been removed, you know what I mean? Where they're in a situation where the fog clears, and they can begin to see the forest for the trees. That's where that occurs for a lot of them, a lot of us, you know. But it could be a circumstance in any respect. You don't have to be incarcerated, but yeah, man, that's where a lot of that occurs. Brothers begin to develop. Sad to say, it happens while being incarcerated, away from a situation or circumstance where when you come into that presence of mind, man, you can dispense it amongst people in society. You locked away, you know, you locked away, man, and in the most, that's where that happens at for a lot of us brothers, man. Put it to you like that. That's where it happened for me, you know, and it's a long process. Trust and know. And that also is one that constitutes, or in order to get to that point or that stage where you begin to philosophize about self, you got to be in a bad way. You got to be going through some stuff. You know, you got to be going through some stuff, man. Poke said, man, in this world, one bad or negative comment can destroy hundreds of good compliments. Practice makes for perfect. Practice smiling, and you will smile more. And confrontation ain't always the answer. True words, man, have not been spoken, man. That is the truth. Um, I recall, I don't know if I just said this the other night, or I think I did. We were somewhere, and the lady was frowned all up, and I said, man, sister, smile and give your face something to fuck to do, you know. And that smile, man, you got to think about it, man. Just to have one on your face can generate a whole lot of positivity, you know. And in most cases, let's say, for instance, somebody and the smile is pasted there, and it's not necessarily genuine. But I guarantee you keep it there long enough, that smile is going to do something. It's going to transform your thought processes, it just will, people that smile in the fake sense or fake way, you can tell a fake smile, man, a mile away. But when you actually okay, with your thoughts, and that smile is there, man, it's going to generate a lot more than that thought that brought it. It's going to bring you more thoughts that make that smile a little broader, you know. In fact, man, it might last, ain't nothing wrong with walking around every day with a smile on your face, man. Know that, you know that. My baby, we could be driving home and I'll be smiling. She like, hey, what you smiling about? I said, man, we here, you right here. I'm with you, you with me, It gotta mean something, man. And that be my thoughts. And I think about that stuff. I could be driving, man. I can look over, I might use the excuse to look through my side view, but I look at my baby. Yeah, I'm all right. We're all right. That smile manifests, man, or it brings, again, to the mental, man, more reason to smile, more issues to smile about. So yeah, Poke, man, good advice right there, man. Good advice. Practice smiling, man. Uh-huh. Yeah, I didn't finish it. All right. In this world, one bad or negative comment can destroy hundreds of good compliments. Practice makes for perfect. Practice smiling and you will smile more. And confrontation ain't always the answer if it ain't good intentions involved. All right, Pope. Queen Nzinga says to Al, man, you have, she says to Al, you going to have another thing coming messing with my clan. We just look like this. We ain't having it. All right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 man. Hey, fast moving, man. Um, I'll just say, man, allow, allow your heart and your soul, man, to speak, to help you determine what the issue really is. You know what I mean? You know, go within, man. The answer is inherent. It's inside you, man. In terms of that situation, you'll know, exactly, how to deal with whatever. You know what I mean? Straight up, bro. I'm gonna leave that alone. I don't, you know what I mean? Because yeah, you know, we got loved ones. We love them dearly, man, and we see, certain things, man. Whatnot. I'm the type of brother I like to, speak to a brother about situation or relationship sometime, but I know too at the same time it ain't always um wise, or warranted. You know what I mean? I'm on the outside looking in. I could perceive something that could be just wrong. You know, but for those of you who have those situations, man, that's a situation that either you correct or you don't. You know what I mean? You know, that's what that is, man. That's what that is. Sir Chauncey said facts. All right. Al says, man, my sentiments exactly. All right. Don't let the calm demeanor fool you. I'm just as ignorant as I am intelligent when that time comes. Yes, say less. True though. Very true. Folks say, Ben Bub, what about our brothers and sisters that say they only for Crip of blood? When I'm doing the UTG live, I feel love as a black man, and it does help when taking it back home. But not everybody wants to see our struggles as black people the same. So look at it like this. This is how I viewed it in respects to me. I was the same way, right? Right? I was the same way, man. That's not to say that they'll get the same experience or experiences in terms of what brought me to, say, hey man, wait a minute, this is wrong. But I was the same way. So the opportunity is there. The potential for them to come into the light, man, to recognize, the harm and the damage, the destruction that they're leaving in their wake is there. The potential for them to come across that or to be confronted with it is there. So I that's all I could say to that, man. I mean, in the meantime, in between time, if they, have an ear and they want to hear, then it's our responsibility. I think our obligation to speak, to say something that may, trigger that transformation, put it on the fast track, so to speak, man. So that, if they're not with it, then they're not with it. It just may not be their time. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, it took me more than half my life in prison, man. And going through whatever I went through to get to where I am now. Most cats, if they take you back in the day where we was getting that, they'll tell you, yeah, I was probably the same way. I was the same way, And I'm gonna tell you, it was a weird way of thinking, because I think about it to this day. I might have said and did things to individuals, that I call myself hating for whatever reason. But at the same time, it could have been individuals from that same community that I called myself cool with or my friend. That's how backwards and warped this stuff is, man. But again, man, for whatever reason, my number had come up. I had my ticket to transition, they'll probably get their ticket too. Let's hope sooner rather than later, man. But again, our thing is to speak truth to power. We could point out things to them that they pretty much understand or know, that they can't disagree with, in terms of the lifestyle, that would, that could possibly or probably, again, register or resonate in them and make them think like, damn, man, no shit. And that's all it takes, man. Just a thought. We want to spark the thought processes, you know? So they might say that now. That's fine. But everybody gonna get a turn, man. And let's hope that happens, man, while they are in that state to where it can make a difference. You know what I mean? Let's just, keep them thoughts, put them thoughts in the atmosphere, man. Our brothers and sisters, we got to find a way to reach them, man, and it can be done. Al said, man, I like when Al go in. He said, man, I'd rather be the warrior in a garden than the gardener in a war. Yeah, man. There you go, man. Gotta love it. Al, you some kind of all right, bro. Oh, my. All right, y'all. Y'all get that, huh? I'd rather be the warrior in a garden than the gardener in a war. All right. Get that, man. Comprehend that, man. That's fat, man. I like that. There you go. There you go, man. Yeah, man. This is the stage or state, we're in, man. We're dealing with a whole lot of stuff, man, and it seems that some of our people, man, just don't know how to not just deal with it or contend with all that they're confronted with. Just sometimes our people get lost in the sauce, man. You know what I mean? And couple that with the fact that, hey, man, there's a whole lot of sauce out there, man, to get them caught up in. And again, that stuff is not out there by accident, man. It's just not. It's put there purposely, man. It's been put there purposely, All right, Al, I see you, man. He said, man, he pushing through these mountains in Oregon, man, and it's raining, man. I'm going to depth on our part about 20 minutes. So, man, be careful, my brother. Be careful. Be careful. All right, D-Mac. He said, bro, our lineage ain't scared. We come from the soil of the South. We don't have to know. We don't have to look no further. Frantz Fanon and other foreigners can't tell us nothing better than our ancestors from here. All right. And that's yours to own. That's yours. Again, man, I think what I'm attempting to relay is this, man. The shit we've been in, man, our people from all over the world been in the same shit, bro. When slavery was happening here in North America, it was happening all through South America, the Caribbean, man, the Western Hemisphere, and Africa. In fact, a lot of what ended for us here in North America continued on in certain parts of the world. All right. When slavery ended for us, a lot of our island nations were still going through it, bro. You know what I mean? We're still subjected to bondage, slavery, atrocities, all kind of shit, each lineage, if that could be said, or it's said in that respect, has its experiences, these experiences, they only made change. The changes are this subtle, man. They're not extreme. You know what I mean? They're not extreme. There are different aspects of the struggle. Also, you have to account for that. I do. But listen, man, what we experienced here, that experience, man, was being had all over the diaspora, bro. All over. Wasn't just in the South, in the American South. You know, it wasn't just in the American South. So our people know these things, man, these experiences, man, no matter where they are. Our people know, been through it. Again, man, that playbook wasn't just written for us here. In fact, it didn't even start here. It didn't even start here. North America came into the trade, man, after the fact, maybe 100 years after the fact, man, for real, for real. At its rise, other countries had already stopped. America, man, you had the UK, Portugal, Spain, France, you had all of them in that game, man, way before America got into it. You know, so those experiences, man, you know, we had our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, man, were going through that, bro. They were, you know. So it is no disrespect to us, you know, and our ancestors here, you know, to say, hey, man, you know, we all can learn something from each and every one of us, spread it throughout the diaspora. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no wrong in me saying that, you know. But again, I respect where you're coming from in terms of how you see, you know, that struggle, you know, coming from the soil down in the South, you know. I'm not knocking you for that, respectfully, bro. I say that, you know. But by the same token, we have to understand, man, there is nothing that we here in North America went through that we have, you know, we got an authority on, or, you know, it's been done to others, man. Same shit. The same shit. You know? And again, for a lot of our brothers and sisters, it lasted way after it supposedly ended here. You know, when it ended here, we saw, you know what I mean, Jim Crow and all this, you know, the rise of them people, man, the Klan and lynching and all that. In other countries and across these waters, man, and other places, man, there were atrocities occurring, man, like nobody's business, man. You know? So Frantz Fanon and others who speak about their experiences, they have a right to do that. And if we listen closely enough, we'll understand that they were no different than ours, just in different locations. You know? Same shit, just in different locations, bro. You know? Again, there may be different aspects of it, but trust and know it was going down. It was going down, and it wasn't just here in North America. You know, our ancestors, yeah, they had that experience here in North America, you know. And again, I said earlier when we started this discussion, I don't know if you was in the get down when I was talking about it, bro, D-Mac. The truth of the matter is, yeah, man, those were experiences our ancestors had, right? You know, in terms of us actually living through that, man, we can't tell nobody about that. You know, we didn't live through it. It was told to us. But here we are in a situation, you know, unlike what our ancestors went through, you know, they dealt with it. How they got through that, you know what I mean? Damn. There has to be a super force, a power, man, that got them through that. You know, it makes you wonder. It makes me wonder, had the roles been reversed, if it was us in those times and them here. You know, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what that would have looked like. But here we are in this time, in this age and era, man, and we're not even dealing with this, you know? We're not even dealing with this, man. So it's just wise for us, I think, just my opinion here, that we listen to all the histories and the lessons, man, you know, of our people, man, the struggles, you know, all that they went through. Give us a broader understanding, man, you know. So that way, man, they can't nobody put nothing on us, you know, that we can't be, you know, we can expect it all, man, knowing what we know based upon what others have told us from the histories. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. And of course, yeah, our people, our ancestors here have a story to tell. Yeah. And a lot would say it's unmatched. I would beg to differ. You know, a lot has occurred with our people again, all over the diaspora, all over this planet. And way before it even happened here, you know, and after it had happened here, it was still going on with our people from other places. So yeah, our history is our history, but the histories are intertwined. There are a lot of aspects of the history, you know what I'm saying, that is the same, that's intertwined. And you know, for this reason, we should pay focus or pay attention to that, you know. Don't have to necessarily use it, but it's just wise to know it, you know. I don't know. I get it though, bro. I hear you loud and clear. Appreciate you in the comments though, D-Mac. Appreciate you. All right, so you're going to say we do know our worth. We don't be and we don't moan. We don't die, we multiply. All right. All right, bro. All right. So Chauncey said, man, I've been stressing this for the longest to everyone. And I think a whole lot of us have, you know what I mean? Man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna read this, man. I'm gonna read this because it actually pertains to what I've been saying, bro. D-Mac. It actually pertains to what I've been saying about the circumstance we find ourselves in. I don't care if we here in North America, South America, Africa, Australia, whatever, you know. One thing is for sure, man. Whatever they do to any of us in them places I just named, they come out the same playbook, loved one. Straight up. All right. So to divide and conquer us here in America, which they do, right? You agree? Is there a lot of that here? Do we see it every day? Divide and conquer, right? Same thing, man, in Africa. Same thing went down in Brazil. Same thing went down in Haiti. Same thing all over the world, man. Same playbook. Same playbook. That's just one aspect of it. You know what I mean? We're angry about a whole lot of stuff we don't really understand, man, especially when it comes to our brothers overseas. And the same go for them as well. Angry about shit that goes on over here with us, and they don't have a full understanding. You know, we're all subjected, man, to the same playbook, man. Same lies, the same deception. Straight up. You know, straight up. So if you want to say, well, they sold us. They sold us to the North Americans, to the man, brothers and sisters here in America had slaves and sold us to Europeans, to other whites. They didn't just buy them. And, you know, there are those stories. They bought them and freed them. They also sold them. With, you know, again, man, we stuck believing the narratives, man. We're stuck when we listen to propaganda, especially when we haven't researched it our damn selves, when the most of the information we get and education come from our captor. They can tell us anything, and in most cases they do. And guess what? We believe it. We believe it. So if you go to Africa and you've experienced, or you experience a certain disdain for you because you come from America, or a hatred, man, guess what, man? The same shit you experience over here when you run across a brother or sister that got an issue with you just based on, it's the same shit you're going to get over there, man. It ain't no different, bro. It's the same playbook, bro. Facts. You got brothers here in the United States. I don't care where they from California to New York and everywhere in between, below and up top, will do the same shit to you here that you're speaking about, which occurred in Africa. Same shit, man. How's that any different? Because the locations, it's just a geographical difference. That's all. But the mindset, the mentality, the way we interact with each other is the exact same thing. Where do we get it from? You know, there's no reason to have all this vitriol. This is what we're trying to discuss and get to the bottom of. We got that here in America, man, amongst brothers and sisters. A whole bunch of hatred and disdain, you know. Talk to each other any old kind of way, man. Turn their nose up. Well, I'm a FBA. Well, I'm a Black American. I'm African, man. I'm a Crip. I'm a Hoover. I'm a Blood. I'm a gangster. Oh, I'm from over here in the Whoop Hills. I'm from the boom low bottoms. Same shit. Come on, homie. Come on, homie. Truth of the matter is, most of us don't know what we are. Be it African, FBA, Black, whatever. We don't know. We were told this shit. We label ourselves based upon what was told to us by those who miseducated us from the beginning. You don't know. And if you do, please tell me. Help me to find me. Help me to find what I am, so I could dispense and discard these labels those who run us, own us, have given me. Help me to find that out, bro. Come on, homie. You sound pan goofy. That's some goofy shit because you didn't think out what the fuck you was talking about because you want to try to make a point and look big and bad like you know something. You missing the point, bro. That's the problem with us. That's the problem. Part of the problem, bro. You're not a solution. You're not trying to be a solution to these issues we have here in North America. The same shit you talk about that occurred in Africa, you see it every day here. You probably one of them cats always on YouTube looking at that back and forth, that bullshit. Talking that shit, man. Go about your business, loved one. Go on about your business. That's the problem, man. We don't know how to deal with shit accordingly, man. We cannot see the forest for the trees because we stuck on bullshit. We stuck on division. That's the problem, man. Until we figure this shit out, man, this is going to be the problem. You're going to have individuals come in with this BS, man. Okay. Let's see how far you're going to get with that, man. You're not making no sense. Not making no sense, man. What it do, Chris, man? I see you, bro. Peace and prosperity, loved one. Yeah, man. All right, Cash Money, man. You said, man, the concept of am I my brother or sister's keeper? The answer has to be yes. Everyone else keeps that concept regardless of their personal differences. We the only ones on some buffoonery. We can't get past a whole lot of BS, man. And again, most of what we own is based upon lies and deception. I don't care what part of the planet you're on. We all got the same. We all been fed the same lies and deception. Come on, man. You don't have no monopoly on that stuff, man. It's crazy. Crazy. This the problem, man. This the problem. Folks said, man, Bub, they have tried to bury our black greatness, but we have to remain in our greatness and be great. Man. All right, everyone. Hey, Sam Evans, I see you, bro. I see you, man. Good to hear. Like I said, man, better late than never. Going to get the bar this, you guys. It's going to fall tonight or no later than tomorrow, man. I have to get prepared, man. A lot to do tomorrow, man. I have to eat dinner, take a shower, all that stuff. I actually, man, I have to confess, I'm not upset about the brother coming in, man. That just, again, sometimes, man, it's taxing to have our brothers, man, speak about a lot of shit that they haven't researched. You know, a lot of issues. When we point fingers at one another, man, I'm telling you, it's like the pot calling the kettle black, man. It makes no sense. We're all doing the same stupid shit. So when we have brothers coming and get down and they talk like, hey, man, knock it off, man. Knock it off. Knock it off, man. If you're about whatever it is you're about, you don't, that happened, okay, push that to the side. Don't let that be a reference, man, or, you know, an issue with you, man, where you got this, wear this on your sleeve. They're bigger fish to fry, man. Whole lot more for us to do, man. A whole lot more. We're going to have brothers, man, all kind of brothers from all over the planet, man, that's with some funny shit. Again, we have them here in the United States, man, and you ain't got to be an African. You can just be, you could be FBA, a Black American, African American, and you'll get treated the same way here in this country as you would over there in that, on that continent. Come on, man, get out of here, man. This is the problem, man. This is the problem with our people, man. We don't know how to, man. Just come on. Yeah, know your worth, man. If that's a part of your worth, man, how you came in to get down, you know what I'm saying? Then come on, man. You lacking. You are lacking. All right. Now I'm gonna cut it, y'all, because I got things to do, man. Peace and blessings, man. Excuse me, peace and prosperity, man, to the people, man. Real spit. We have to learn how to love ourselves, man, so that we get to the point where we can love others, man. Truth of the matter is, man, a lot of us need love. We lack it and we need it. We haven't been exposed to it, especially from our own kind. But if you have this thing, man, about yourself where you don't love yourself, no, man, you ain't gonna love nobody else, man, to look just like you, man. You're always gonna find a reason to hate them. You're not gonna acknowledge the fact that you still hate your damn self. That's why you're doing what you're doing. That's why you talk the way you talk. That's why you act the way you act. Facts, man. Take care of yourself, man, so that you know how to take care of others, man, who look just like you, be it psychologically, mentally, man, spiritually, or physically. You know how to support a mind that's confused or distraught. No, you got to know this shit, bro. You can't just be out here nilly-willy like that, man. Take care of yourself so you'll know how to take care of others, man. Even when you perceive them to be trying to do something that's not above board with you, disrespect you or whatever, you will still know how to take care of that because you've learned how to take care of yourself, man. Love yourself, man, so that you can love the next brother and sister, man, who may need it more than we know, man. Take care of yourself so that you are able to take care of that next brother and sister who very well may need your support, you know. All right, get that some thought, man. Get that some thought, man. Focus on the focus while you're doing it. Be one. Black first, man. Period, point blank. Power is in the people, man. Power is in the people. We just have to more than acknowledge it. We have to accept that, man, and let it do what it do. All right? You are, you have been, and you will be under the groove. Peace and prosperity, y'all.
Count the names, count the bodies, count the victory. Cullen Hughes, Hurston writing future history. From the Apollo to the Borough to the Sphere, where the echo of those Harlem nights still ringing clear. So when they ask what happened in those tenement flats, between the spirituals and where consciousness is at, tell them we transformed suffering to scholarship and song. Tell them we've been telling you we're brilliant all along. The Renaissance will prologue every decade since the sequel. Every black child born's continuation of the people who survived the Middle Passage, survived the Jim Crow laws, and built magnificence from nothing but their vision and their flaws. That's in the sergeant is once a less than Hatters, hats, and Mercedes. Please don't you, I can't stop us. Power sensitive budget, the applause for polls. Need your data, talks and constantly problem when the wedges want to build the season bait. Now don't get the pause. It's just erasing up the times. Plead the walk is off the main. Make a honor fans turn and they can love the durn. Suffers like a kesha. You went wrong to preaching up on side is each alone, bitch on the shit and untrucy and vet someone the very it's on Gary Land. Be hell in heaven, you see what the bonavin. You wait something for the marker, make the key to pull the club and saw the boards to the sang of land is carried open slowly. Keep us lucky on my mother, break your chair and resi for the he and let the peasant be. It's every time we keep a spawn.